Beggars can't be choosers, but beggars never quit. Height here, and you already know what this is. It's time for Choosing Beggars. Let's do it. Today's video will feature posts from someone you may all recognize from some of my past Choosing Beggars videos under the name of ABS. Every time I have featured one of his posts, I always saw a huge response and the love shown for his amazing comebacks and how he handles choosing beggars. On Reddit, he is known as omegaweapon. This video is dedicated to some of his most recent posts. Find out more about ABS in the description below. The first post today is titled, "White Knight wants to sue me for a choosing beggar post, demands apology and money."
Potential lawsuit pending. Do not disregard. Hello, is this the omegaweapon Reddit guy who makes the offensive posts? I tried contacting you through here, but you were unresponsive. I did some digging and found blank, but I assume there is more than one person who is on the emails. If that isn't you, then please alert whomever it may be ASAP, as this is of an extremely serious nature. Brett.
Hi Brett, I was about to disregard your email, but I noted in the subject it advises not to. That was a close one. If this is another one of the weekly potential lawsuits I receive, I may need to direct you to my solicitor's email.
Hello ABS, I assure you that this is not a joke. It's an opportunity to rectify this before it does go to court. I am not a lawyer, but I know enough not to be trifled with. You had an exchange with my friend several months ago. You were rude and frankly, things were said on both sides. But recently you referred to her on your website as Mavis the entitled hag. You will remove this and issue an apology on your website. You will also pay her $500 in recompense.
Brett, the Mavis on the website could be any of thousands of Mavises in the world. There is no surname or any other identifying features disclosed in the screen cap. I'm no lawyer either, but I'd prefer that you address this with mine, Richard Ballsack at here. Thank you and goodbye, sir.
Dear Richard, your friend or client ABS Blank has posted on his website a derogatory post about my client. We want this post removed, an apology issued, and damages of $500 paid before we take this matter further. I believe this falls under the current hate speech laws. The offending post can be found here. Best regards, Brett.
Dear Brett, I've reviewed the post in question and find no issue, as there is no information other than her first name. Please note Scrotum vs. Schlong, 142, US 771.
At first I didn't realize, but now I see that I've been the butt of an elaborate joke. I will see you both on court. We'll see how funny you think you are then.
Brett, I and my associates, Mr. Schlong and Mr. Taint, will see you in court. Shame on you for taking advantage of an obviously mentally challenged individual as Mavis for your monetary gain. Shame on you, sir. Ballsack, Schlong, and Taint attorneys.
I get it now. Dick Ballsack. Well done. I thought it was only Scrotum versus Schlong, but the joke goes deeper, doesn't it? I'll see how much you laugh on your way to jail. You don't have my permission to post this exchange. You and your friend Richard are insufferable and will be taken to account. I advised him not to post our exchange, and now I'm warning you not to either. You will remove the post. You will apologize. You will pay her damages in the next 24 hours, or you will receive a letter from her solicitor.
Brett, there is no Richard, it's just me, Abstholomew. I copied your text below with my responses. I hope you don't sue me for plagiarism too.
You will remove the post.
No.
You will apologize.
No.
You will pay her damages.
No.
You will receive a letter from her solicitor.
Cool. Please refer her solicitor to Richard. I believe you've spoken to him already. I apologize that you're stuck in the middle of this. You seem like a nice guy just trying to help a friend. I get these weekly from assholes who can't handle someone being an asshole back to them. Mavis is a huge one. But I love you, Brett. Most warmest and sincerest of regards, ABS.
Please do not message me anymore. I will consider any further emails after this one as harassment.
Aw, it seems like the little white knight got shut down. I wonder if Mavis promised him a date and to split some of that money if he could actually get something to happen, but hey, it didn't happen. I think we all know that. Beautiful watching him get played like that though. The next post is titled 1-star review because I'm too busy to take his work, and bonus apology.
Quotation for Red. Hi there, my name is David Red. Peter from the Blank Foundation says you may be able to help me with a project. It's quite urgent.
Hi David, unfortunately we're tied up for about 6 weeks and can't fit anything in right now, unless you don't mind waiting.
Well, don't you at least want to ask what it is?
I didn't want you to think I was rejecting the job based on the size, but sure, what are you after?
Most businesses will ask what the job is and then make the decision, not just outright reject the work, especially a referral.
I didn't want to waste your time by having you explain the whole thing only to reject you at the end. Sorry if I came across as rude. We're overly busy here, so I'm a little short with the responses.
Not just rude, but also a touch arrogant. Well, it's your loss. I don't know why Peter would refer me to you in the first place.
Peter was just being nice. He wouldn't know the extent of the commitments I have on currently. Sorry for any inconvenience.
Well, you've just lost about $100,000 in potential work. I'm the general manager at Blank, and we needed 50 gurneys similar to Peter's. Good day.
That's certainly my loss, sir. Good day.
You have absolutely no business sense, do you? I'll make sure to leave you 1 star on your Google after discussing this with Peter.
1 star because I'm too busy? That's fantastic. You just go ahead and do that and don't let anyone tell you not to feel smug about it. Go ahead, spoil yourself a little.
I've met maids and janitorial staff infinitely more professional than you. Other businesses would bend over backwards and kiss feet for a project of this size. I'm sure you'll kick yourself later.
I will not dress as a maid and kiss your feet, let alone bend over for you. There are places you can pay for that along with your other sick fetishes. Not here, sir.
Oh, I see. I heard you're one of those funny ones. Well, good luck getting any more work from our charities when I'm through with you.
That's fantastic. I no longer have to work at barely over cost for your organizations out of the goodness of my heart.
1 star. Rude, insolent, intolerable, and didn't care squat about my business.
Speaking of squatting, he also wanted me to wear a maid's outfit while he whipped me and called me a wench. I run a family business, not a brothel. I may post a link.
There was a miscommunication where I left 1 star because he refused my business. I thought he was rude and arrogant. I am now humbled after learning that this man has refused my business because he's been busy building free units for charities so that they could make money, while he pays for everything out of pocket, included his very limited time. I humbly apologize to you, sir, and you have my business anytime you're ready if you would still take it. Thank you for being an extraordinary human being. You never once mentioned that you were doing charity work, only that you were busy. That is a mark of a truly righteous and humble man. I take my hat off to you, ABS.
David, I apologize for not being upfront with you in the beginning. You don't need to apologize. See, now this is something you guys don't see every day. The beggar actually realizes that they were in the wrong, makes an apology, even though to a degree they were baited. ABS admits he likes to bait people, but still, the point being, this person actually acknowledged they were in the wrong and gave an apology. Very rare. Very, very rare. This next post is titled, "Choosing Beggar compares my rates to a hooker." He's also a known millionaire here. Quote mistake. Hey mate, I got your quote, it's not making sense to me. You quoted 2400, but I figure it should be around 980 to 1000 tops. Get back to me please. Hey Red, I've been racking my brains trying to figure out how you came up with $980. Righto, parts wise for the tube steel, $550 max, plywood, $80 max, casters, $50 max, other steel components, $100 max, labor, $200 for 8 hours I think is fair at $25 per hour. Red, those prices are half of what I pay for parts, and I buy in bulk. It's nice of you to award me $25 per hour. I start at $110 per hour. You'll be getting your guys to make it anyway. You wouldn't pay them more than $25 per hour. Those prices are on Gumtree. If you shop around, you'll find people giving shit away for free sometimes. Yeah, I can't see myself building this for you, mate. I don't shop on Gumtree for parts. I pay my guys $40 per hour. 2 guys at $40 per hour is $640 labor. Then I need to add my profit margin, GST, and overheads. You might want to shop around elsewhere. Cheers. Parts are parts, mate. I'll go pick them up, but I'll have to add fuel and time wasted. I'm not paying some apprentices $640 labor. $25 per hour is well above award rate. No worries, mate. Pick them up and deliver them to another business. I'm not touching this one. What, you're too snobby to use secondhand parts, mate? I can knock this shit up in my garage on a weekend and save money, but I don't have the time. That's fantastic, buddy. You run along and do that. Let me know how you go. Fucking snob, mate. $110 an hour? You're a joke. Hookers don't charge that much. Are they what you're knocking up in your garage? Yeah, real funny, mate. I get more action in a weekend than you get in a year. You're no different to a hooker. Not worth the price and shit service. Shit service from hookers? Do you find them on Gumtree then lowball them too? Fuck off, mate. You're a waste of time. Cool. So show of hands or likes, how many people think this guy was really banging out cheap hookers that he lowballed off of Gumtree in his garage? This next post is titled, "Entitled Treasurer at the Charity Can't Comprehend How 10% Works, So I'm a Thief."
Hi there, I've replaced Nicole at blank and I can't find the keys to the lock on the change drawer for any of our machines.
Hi Amber, the keys are with me, as my guys are the ones who empty the change and tally it every fortnight.
Hi ABS, is it? I don't know why you would have the keys when there are units. I'll need them back, please. We should be the only ones with the keys.
I have the keys because the units were given to you free on the provision that I get 10% of takings until they're paid off.
No, we purchased them, therefore we should have the keys. Surely there was a payment plan attached when this was negotiated.
Amber, that is the payment plan. Since the funds weren't available at the time, I decided to give them to your organization anyway and take a small percentage each fortnight until they were paid in full. Then the keys are all yours. If you'd like to arrange a direct debit instead, we can do that.
So you're saying that you don't trust us with the keys, so you need to come out and count the money yourself?
No, it was just a mutual agreement at the time, but since you put it that way, yes, definitely.
I'll need the keys, please. How do I know that you're not the one stealing?
My staff count the money in front of your staff. Then your staff verifies the count and signs a slip. They both get a copy. I believe that's how you would know.
Okay, it's simple. I'll get the locks changed on each one then. Thank you.
Amber, Sebastian and I had a long chat prior to delivery. He advised that the organization lacked funding and if we could work something out. I said yes, I'll give them to you and take a small percentage, interest-free, until they're paid off. You are exhausting my goodwill now.
Sebastian had no authority to approve this. Don't think you can pull the wool over my eyes. The locks will be changed and you won't extort us further.
Extort? They cost me $6,000. I gave them to you free. 10% of the takings goes towards paying them off. You keep 90%. How is that hard to understand?
They're not free if you're taking 10%. What if one week they make $100 and the following week they make $1,000? You are taking the same fee regardless. You are a thief, stealing from a charity.
Okay, you're officially the second stupidest person I know. I'm the first for deciding to help your organization, evidently. In your scenario, the first week, $10 goes towards your payment. The following week, $100 goes towards your payment. And changing the locks makes you a thief, Amber, just so you know.
So now you're resorting to insulting me because you got caught? So the more the machines make, the more you take? How is that even fair? We are done here. Either the keys or I change the locks.
I take that back. You are not the second stupidest person I know. I'll bring the keys tomorrow.
I thought so. I'm in from 9 a.m. through till 2:30 p.m. Don't play games with people. You'll eventually find someone better than you.
I'll be taking the machines with me, though. I'll see you at 9 a.m. Hopefully you won't trigger another migraine.
I'll have the police waiting. Good luck with that.
No need. I'll bring the sheriff with me. I'm sure he'll explain it to you very, very slowly.
The sheriff won't come out at a day's notice. Nice try though, but you're messing with someone above your pay grade. You'll be leaving in handcuffs. Bye!
His name is Red, and his number is this. You can call him personally or verify with the police station. I'll call him and let him know to expect your call.
It's probably a friend of yours who will also be arrested for impersonating an officer of the law. Not very smart, are you? I'll humor you though.
You're awesome.
He explained it a lot better than you did. You could have been more professional and explained it in layman's terms. We're not all tradesmen. I want this paid off ASAP as I do not wish to deal with you any further.
That's a pretty shitty apology, Amber. I'll be there at 9 a.m. to collect my units. I'll write a check for the amount paid so far. Don't choke on that foot, love.
Don't you worry. I'll have this sorted out.
No, you won't. Good luck. Bye. I'm not gonna lie, I think if Amber was my treasurer or whatever, in charge of financials, I would be very, very scared on the fact that she doesn't understand a basic 10% of the take, that's it. I don't know, seems to me like it was really simple, and I suck at math. The next post is an update to the previous one titled, Update to Amber, entitled Treasurer Can't Comprehend 10%. Stop blowing up my inbox, you heathens. I'm at work, so this is the quick and dirty phone sex version. Unfortunately, it was a phone conversation. One of the directors caught me on the phone and apologized on behalf of everyone there, asking for the units back. I told him I was sorry, but I rebranded them and gave them to another charity. I wanted an apology from the sentient hairstyle, Amber, not the other staff. He said hairstyle had been moved to fundraising, an intern-level job, and on probation till further notice. I recommended that the nervous intern, Vanessa, that hairstyle made sit at the front desk when I came to repossess the machines, be made treasurer, since Vanessa was studying finance at uni. Director agreed and begged me to make them another 3 units. I said I wanted a written apology from hairstyle. He advised that hairstyle refused, so I said no soup for you. They tugged at some heartstrings and made a good point at how it wasn't their fault, so I agreed to build them 3 units, paid up front. Hairstyle, in the meantime, is claiming she'd been treated unfairly and is lodging some kind of complaint against the organization. Being internet famous now with the whole 6 followers has its benefits. Intern on the day said, "Hey, are you?" And I nodded and said, yes I am. But she claimed she was referring to if I was going to pay for the Mars bar I took from the donation thing. I won't let it get to my head. Okay, love you, bye. I do find it absolutely funny that she was bragging about, being in a higher paying position and this and that, and now look where she's at. She's back at intern level. Funny how things can change just so quick over one conversation. The next post is titled, Company I Eventually Blocked for Not Paying a $50,000 Order Finds Me on Facebook. Long backstory and update in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and cover those below and then we'll get into the post. This was removed as there was some critical info I forgot to blank out. Yes, I post a lot. It's nearing tax time, so the assholes come out in droves. The story so far. Referred insurance company wanted 5 custom-made pinball-type machines, as in from the ground up. It was difficult and way too expensive, and a little above my know-how, so I recommended a pachinko-style machine. Google it, it's easier. There was a house that plastic flames popped out of, a car that got wrecked, pedestrians being knocked over, etc. if the ball hit them. It was entirely mechanical and was to demonstrate how accidents can happen randomly in life, if you flick a metal ball at stuff. So buy insurance! I sent an invoice for design and prototype and forgot about it because it was the first job I was actually excited about in ages, and they were a big organization that would of course never cheat me. Prototype was done. They loved it. I built the other 4 units and sent the final invoice. Nope. They wanted them delivered first, interstate. No fucking way. I then realized they hadn't paid the first invoice. They hounded me every second day. Jacob would never answer emails or the phone, but I could hear him in the background telling his staff what to say. This annoyed the shit out of me. I had a great product, so I pitched it to a rival, smaller company to cover my bases. They loved it. I rebranded it and sold it to them for 30% more. They paid up front. Win-win. Original insurance company couldn't comprehend this. They still called and emailed asking when the delivery would be. I eventually blocked them, but they found me on Facebook. I decided to bait Jacob into talking to me and force an apology. He's a classic narcissist, so he took the bait. I knew he'd stop responding if I hurt his feelings, so I tried to fit in everything I'd ever wanted to say to him fairly quickly, because closure and ego. I'm human, I need these. They are now threatening to sue, surprise surprise, claiming intellectual property, etc., even though it was my idea and design. I'm not stressed about it. I have Ballsack, Schlong, and Taint, attorneys at law. Charles, Jacob's boss, and a guy I contracted for long ago, called me, a little angry as to why the order isn't done. There's a convention soon that they need them for. I sent him the transcript. He lost his shit and advised they could have paid on the day and no need for a 60-day account. It just had to be cleared by Jacob. They've already hyped the product to board members, but there is no product. Jacob is probably in a world of shit. And now on to the post.
Hi Abraham, I've been trying to contact you via phone and email, but I'm not getting anywhere. Found you here. I'm from Red Insurance, chasing up an order that was placed in February.
Hey Amy, that's probably because I blocked Red on email. There was an order back in February which they didn't pay for, so I moved it on to another organization.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm taking over from this person. I've been tasked with getting this happening. Can we chat on the phone at all?
Not really, Amy. Nothing against you personally. You've unfortunately inherited the aftermath of a shitstorm. Tell Jacob Red, if he's still there, that I said no, again, for the 5th time.
Jacob didn't mention anything to me about any storms. He only said to make it happen somehow. How can we make this happen?
We can't, unfortunately. I suggest you speak to Jacob and have him explain to you the extent of his unprofessionalism. I really wanted to say assholery, but that would have been rude. Tell him to grow a pair and contact me personally instead of hiding behind you and the rest of his staff.
I've spoken to Jacob and he advised that it was a simple misunderstanding at the time. How can we fix this? I'll tell him no.
Cool.
Regarding the chat with Amy, Abraham, I don't appreciate you trash-talking me to my staff. It's very unprofessional. What is between us is between us alone. How do we fix this order situation?
Jacob, if I was trash-talking you, I would have said a lot more than tell him to grow a pair. Do you know what else is unprofessional? For one thing, placing a large order, then refusing to pay until I deliver it first, then having your lower echelons harass me daily about when delivery will be while you avoid the subject of paying. I can make a PowerPoint presentation of all the other points if you'd like to show that to your board, as words seem to whoosh past everyone there. Maybe a nice little graph with pretty colors since it's obvious nobody there reads or can read.
I can see you're still bitter over a small misunderstanding. There's no need to be crass with the insults. We are both professionals here. We work on 60-day accounts, as you may have not known. There was no fast one. You deliver and we pay within 60 days. I would like to move forward and get this resolved, Abraham.
As you definitely did know, I work on the account of building things and then getting paid on completion. There was never a mention of a 60-day account. If I was a member and took 60 days to pay your bill, you'd have collections after me and a big juicy default on my credit. There was no misunderstanding, Jacob. There was weaseling. You still owe me $7,200 for the design and prototyping if you want to move forward.
You sold our design and product to our competition. I'm sure that $7,200 is a random figure anyhow. Nobody charges that for a design, Abraham. Let's be real. I don't even make that much. Come on now, let's talk serious.
No, I sold my design and my product to your competition who paid up front, by the way. It's not yours until you pay for it, Jacob. You are well aware of the itemized invoice I sent at the time, which you agreed to. Blank prototype as per the invoice for the design stage. You're paying for a professional engineer to design you a bespoke system, not some hack. It seems you're a little upset that you don't earn enough, but gauging the cost of a service against what you get paid is not how it works. Ask for a raise instead of feeling inadequate.
Look, you need to calm down and be rational, Abraham. I'm really not liking your tone, but unfortunately, you're the name that keeps coming up to do this. So you're saying that if I pay the $7,200, you will take the order again?
No, then you'll apologize and admit that you messed up. I'll say it's all good and accept your apology. Then we'll be even.
Look, I'll just go elsewhere. I'll get new designs drafted, and I'm sure anyone else can have it fabricated. I'll likely pay more, but I won't demean myself in the process. Goodbye.
You do realize that the other fabricators out there will most likely outsource the work to me as they don't have the tooling mills to fabricate most of those parts. I do though. They also can't assemble the mechanisms as it's not within their field of expertise. So guess who will be doing that? We all outsource work to each other, so you will inevitably end up at my door again, and I'll gladly give you directions to a barren field, Jacob. You wouldn't be stuck right now if you just paid like anyone else, but you'd happily pay twice as much to avoid apologizing. Nice work. I expect the next call to me will be from Charles Blank, your boss. I worked for him at this place before your time. I'll show him these transcripts. Love you. Bye.
I have no desire of getting into a war of words with you, Abraham. I should have paid, but as I said, we worked off 60-day accounts. I could have pushed it through anyhow. That's my apology. Let us move forward now.
Gosh darn it, Jacob. I just remembered I signed a non-cooperation agreement with your competition after they bought the order you refused to pay for. Oh well, it looks like you will have to go elsewhere after all. Silly me. This is so awkward.
You never intended on taking the order, did you? At least you have your apology now.
I would have, if you actually apologized. Poor Jacob had his little feelings hurt. I don't even think he knows how to process how he was just shut down and was wrong in so many areas that he probably thought he was right. And our final post today is titled, Well-Funded College is upset that I donated to a broke charity they manage instead of them. They want to commandeer what I've given them.
Upgrade roster. Hi there, we were put on a list to receive some upgrades and we've noticed that our sister organization has had 5, yet we were on the list before them. I was emailing with Carlos at the time. Thanks, Julie.
Hi Julie, there is no Carlos here. Which organizations are you referring to?
Red received them. I'm calling from Blank College. I'm sure I spoke to a Carlos. He had a Spanish name?
Hey Julie, we've never had a Carlos working here, but Red did receive the upgrades.
I'm sure I spoke to someone there who had a Spanish-sounding name. Anyhow, why would Red get them before us? We were before them in the hierarchy.
Blank is on the priority list as they're a very underfunded organization. You are a well-funded private college. I didn't know the two of you were affiliated.
That shouldn't matter. We were promised upgrades to our chairs by Carlos or another Spanish guy.
Julie, there is no Carlos or any other Spanish guy here, but oddly enough, you're both in the system. I'm the only one who books jobs, and my name is definitely not Carlos, that I'm aware of.
I know who I spoke to. I can't find Carlos in my emails. Maybe he used a fake name at the time.
Maybe you just misread the name? I only have the original contact form here. There was a deposit required to reserve a spot. No deposit received, so Blank got it before you.
That's impossible. They can't approve any purchases without our permission. How did they pay?
There was an agreement made between them and I.
No, you can't do that. Not without our permission.
I and them then.
You can't have a private agreement with them. It needs to be approved by us. We have disabled kids too who need chair upgrades.
Rich disabled kids going to a private college as opposed to community-funded disabled kids. The choice is obvious on my end, Julie.
So it's prejudice that determines who gets what?
Oh yes, most definitely prejudice. Let's go there, shall we?
We will have to commandeer the chairs then, as we take priority as far as funding goes.
With your funding, you can buy everyone 24-karat gold chairs, but instead you want free upgrades that you're willing to take from a broke charity? Your sister organization, no less. Shame on you and your college. I'll remove the upgrades, then I'll give Nancy at Blank a personal gift of new upgraded chairs. You are now on a different list.
What list would that be? What about us then? We had an agreement too.
It starts with S and ends in shit. The agreement is initiated by paying the invoice. There was no payment, therefore no agreement. Ask your millionaire donors to help. Commandeer? Really?
I will make sure to tell everyone I know about you and this conversation.
I wouldn't be able to handle all the new business if you did. Can I do the same? I have around 6 followers online.
Sure you can. We have over 50,000, dear.
You're a peach. Buenos tardes. I think this is one of the most despicable things I've read in a long time. A well-funded college wants to take free wheelchair upgrades for their own students when, as ABS said, they probably have enough funding to buy everybody a 24-karat gold chair. I still think it was Miss Julie here who was the prejudiced one, though. What makes rich kids deserve better wheelchairs more than underfunded kids? I bet she can't answer that one, though. Alright, that's enough beggars for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Choosing Beggars. Huge thanks to ABS for dealing with these people in just such a humorous and entertaining fashion. It's amazing and refreshing to see that people actually can tell beggars how it is, the way the beggars need to have it told to them. And for that, I truly am grateful. Some links for ABS will be down in the description below, so be sure to go check those out. If you guys liked the video, please consider dropping a like, sharing my content on all of your social media, subscribing if you haven't already, and making sure to hit that bell, and dropping a comment down below. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, and have a great day.